It's from the sports world. It happened just moments ago. It was a fiery crash that marked the end of today's NASCAR race in Daytona. Take a look now at these incredible images that are coming in. There is the video of that crash.
It's going to win this race. A terrible crash coming to the finish.
This is a big wreck.
Kyle Larson's car with the front end.
Again, images of that crash. You can see it now in slow motion. Sent that car hurtling toward the grandstand. Engine parts flying right into the crowd. It happened on the final lap of NASCAR's nationwide race. Our Joe Carter is there, also a CNN employee, John Newsom, who was there too, just trying to enjoy the race. They both join us now by phone. Joe, I'm going to start with you. What did you see? What is going on here?
Well, Don, our location where we've been working from is basically called Victory Lane, and it's in the infield of this track. So we weren't able to see very well the crash itself. We could hear the crash. So I was watching on the television, like a lot of folks at home, and saw Tyler Larson's car get airborne and absolutely get shredded across that catch fence. Now, keep in mind, on the other side of that catch fence is where fans sit to enjoy the race. Now, this is a nationwide race, so it's a second-tier race. Of course, tomorrow is the Cup Series race. You're going to have a much larger crowd. I'd say the crowd was probably about 80% full, so not completely sold out, but there were a lot of people. We saw several pieces of Kyle Larson's car go through that fence, including a burning engine that went into the open area. It appeared that most of that car went through and over the fence. We've heard that there are some injuries, not able to confirm how many people or what's happened to those people. Not sure about the drivers just yet. NASCAR is still working on getting a statement out from the president, Mike Helton. But at this point, obviously a horrific end to what was going to be a fantastic finish in the nationwide race. The car just absolutely shredded into several pieces. Kyle Larson, the one involved, several of the drivers. I mean, just to watch that car go into a million pieces, completely shredded across that fence, it was a sad sight to see. And obviously the catch fence did its job for the most part because it prevented that engine from going any further into the grandstand. And a lot of those pieces like tires, parts of the car going into the grandstand, Don.
And Joe, listen, these cars are going hundreds of miles an hour, and then, of course, the engine sent hurtling going even faster in front of the car, and also the other engine parts. 10 cars at least, Joe, that were involved in this, and you said the driver was Kyle Larson, and how is he? Do we know?
No, not at this point. We're waiting to hear back from NASCAR to determine whether or not these drivers have to be taken to the hospital. We don't know their condition at this time. We know there was a wreck earlier in the race, just probably 10 laps before, where drivers did have to be taken to the hospital. So we're going to work on trying to get something from NASCAR and get it back to you. But at this point, when you watch that video, you think, how could somebody just walk away from something like that? Pieces of his car flying through that fence. His car, when it actually finished being shredded through the air, when it was finished rolling off the track and ended up in the grass, it was pretty much half gone. I mean, there was no engine. There was no front part to the car. Yeah. And so we're hoping that obviously every driver involved was able to at least have no injuries or be taken to the hospital. But we're gonna get back to you as far as that statement goes. I'm gonna head over to the media center and try to find out some more information.
All right, Joe Carter, thank you very much.